And we are live.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to our show. And we're going to be doing theater sports tonight, live from the Red Room here at Twin Peaks, or wherever you are. We're going to be doing it. We have two teams of improvisers. There are two couples who are going to be doing tonight's show. So for those who are tuning in, we want you to give us suggestions, and I'll ask for a few things along the way, but in order to keep with the flow of the show, feel free to chime in. It is Theater Sports. We do not have three judges, so as scenes are going on or after scenes, you can let me know what you think scenes deserve, but in the end, I will just be awarding each team points. So you can have some big influence there. So for those who've not seen us before with Theater Sports, you can see two teams of improvisers playing against each other based on your suggestions. And each team will get awarded points afterwards. And I have my handy fancy scorecard here, and I'll keep track. But Unexpected Productions, we have all kinds of shows going on right now online, ranging from our Wednesday duo show, Thursday Improv Anonymous doing long form, Friday Happy Hour, which is a variety of things, including theater sports right now, and Saturday's sort of experiments. And tomorrow night we have WIUP, which is an improvised radio mystery that's going to take an hour. And I'll say it here at the top, and I'll say it at the end. Also, if you want to support Unexpected Productions during this very strange time that we're living through, feel free to follow links to donate throughout the show or after the show, before the show, tomorrow, whenever. We love you guys and thank you for your support. So cool. And all right, so Theater Sports again, two teams, improvisers. Tonight we have two couples, and let me bring them out. We have Tony and Janine and Ron and Michelle, who are appearing and disappearing before our very eyes. And
you were here
so
100 years ago. You're seeing our remnants.
Right. So these will be our teams, Tony and Janine versus Ron and Michelle. And whichever team loses tonight, they're just gone forever.
Okay.
Yeah. So they just
log off
into the internet. And yeah, in addition to all of us, we also have Reese, who's playing keyboards, if we can see.
Reese.
There we go. And so yeah, so that's our show. And so cool.
Hey, Randy, I've got a question. We're seeing we're seeing everybody, including a Tony Beeman shot. Is that what everyone else is seeing too?
It's not, Ron. You don't have hide video participants turned on.
There we go. That's what I need to know. That's what I need to know.
All right. Well, yeah, there we go. We're all learning at the same time.
I'm forgetting at the same time.
Well, maybe we're not learning at the same time, but we're getting it at the same time. So cool. So I don't want to spend too much time talking because we only have a limited amount of time. I want to jump into the match. So we're going to be doing theater sports, as I said. And while the toss-up is happening and other stuff, just to expedite things, I would like to ask the audience to think of how about places you'd like to be right now? If you could be anywhere right now, where would it be? It doesn't have to be an exact location, geographical location. It can be on a bench in a park. It could be in a hammock in my yard. So it doesn't have to be geographical. But while we're getting those, let's go to our toss-up. And the toss-up will be since we're living in quarantine, I would love to hear and see and you guys are couples who are living together, let's do a like 20 to 30-second plug as to if you were doing a commercial to sell quarantine, what would it be like? And let's go to Ron and Michelle first, then we'll go to Tony.
Wait. I know. I'm going to just
Wait, we're doing something here.
Yeah, we're
There we
just
go.
gonna
Oh, okay, I see.
say no more of the virtual background because I don't want us to disappear. Yay!
See, this is our 20 seconds right there.
I know.
Are you tired of daylight? Does the sun get you down? Are you a vampire?
When's the last time you used your sewing machine and tried to sew a garment for your face?
Do other people intimidate you or just disgust you in general?
Do you want a lot more time with your kids and computers?
How about that big, thick book you've been meaning to read?
How about heading out and trying to avoid everyone you see?
Well, then you need quarantine. Brought to you by COVID-19. COVID-19, it's for everyone.
All right, awesome.
Wow, it's
So
almost like the
now,
two of you do commercials professionally.
I know.
I know, imagine that. So let's go Tony and Janine, and then I guess I will decide unless we get more feedback from our chat room about who should win the toss-up. So Tony and Janine, take it away.
Bob, I just don't feel like going to see your mother this year. Every time we go, she just goes on and on about how, I'm not doing the right things or how I could do better. And I just don't want to do it this year.
Say, Janice, what if by visiting her, you could kill her? Would that
What?
change your mind?
Well,
Well,
mine?
there's a new thing where if we visit my mother, you're likely to bring germs into the house that actually kill her.
I am. Well, I wouldn't mean to.
Well, we'll have to decide. I mean, you can either not visit my mother and keep
Oh.
her safe or visit her and, well,
Well, I hate to say it, Bob, but for the sake of your mother, we better not visit.
thanks, Janice.
COVID-19.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little dark mood, so I'm going to go with Tony and Janine on that one.
Bravo.
Because, what's good of all this if we can't kill people?
Right.
And
Yeah,
have some control
that's
over
not the
it. So we're
important
going to try that. So you guys will get the first scene, and we're going to basically do team-on-team challenges. Again, to people who are playing in the chat room right now, keep it coming. And also you can let me know what you think of a scene. Again, I'm going to kind of decide at the end what the score is, but if you want to influence something, let me know. So Tony and Janine, we're going to go with the location of being in I assume a boat, but maybe not, on a canal in Amsterdam.
Being on a canal in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Maybe we could do a slideshow about
Yeah,
our
yeah.
trip to Amsterdam
Yeah.
using the other team.
Yeah. 'Cause
could-
now that we're in quarantine, what Tony and I like to do is to really look at places we went when we could go places.
And so we're
So-
going to, in the second window right beside us, we're actually going to show you some of the slides from our trip to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
In fact, right here, you're looking at,
Is this the first one? Oh,
yeah, now on the
Yeah.
way, you were really, I'm a big guy and you were on the airplane by the window seat and
yeah. This was me just feeling a migraine coming on and just saying this is a really long flight to be that smushed up. So I was like, go away, world.
yeah, and the guy in front of me just kept reaching back around the seat and like slapping me because he
Yeah.
didn't like my knees in his seat. It's the
Yeah.
problem with being a big guy on an airplane. But we
Yeah.
landed, we arrived there.
Definitely went up. Nothing but improvement from then on.
Yeah,
I
so
would
let's look at
say.
the next slide.
Yeah. Oh, this was in that church.
Yes, the bell, the toller of the bell, is a famous church in Amsterdam, where one of the saints who got pretty far from Rome was actually beheaded there in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
She was famous because they used a dove to cut her head off. And so there's this huge painting of her as they ring the bells, they wheel it out.
And what you're seeing here is they have a little setup where you get to stick your head through, and one of you can have mime like you're having your head chopped off by doves. And so that's what I'm doing in here.
Yeah.
And then you're, of course, holding.
Yeah, I got to ring all the bells. All right, next slide. There's so many things to see in Amsterdam.
Oh, it's great. It's just,
the Van Gogh Museum is in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And
which, you were really into.
I was super into it. And he had some of his more abstract art. This was actually a Picasso take on Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Sort of a cubist. You were really in it. You just stared at that painting for like.
Yeah, well, partly there was the ear thing. Part of it, just at his frame. I'm a little bit horrified, honestly, over that. But yeah, it was. I was just, if the purpose of art is to elicit an emotional response, that's what I was having.
Yeah. And then we took a ride in the canals.
Yes, the canal. Oh, okay. I know exactly when this was taken.
Right, that was the pigeon.
The pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You at least
dirty bird.
You were looking. I was looking the other way. I didn't even see it coming. You tried to warn me.
I know. They have very aggressive birds in Amsterdam.
Well,
if you didn't know.
They eat the marijuana.
Yeah.
And they have for years, and it has a different effect, opposite effect on birds.
So there's multi-generational. It's somehow altered their DNA, and so there's this whole generation of rabid birds.
Yeah. So when we continued the trip, I was covered in pigeon crap. But next slide.
This is so that we this was after the canal, because I could still see the pigeon droppings on your shirt. And this was this was the bad part of town that I didn't want to go to.
And I did. It's like a red light district.
Which is, the way we operate when we travel is there's some sketchy part of the neighborhood I don't want to go to. And you always do.
Naked women in window. I admit I have a naked woman fetish. Sometimes embarrassed to admit I am attracted to the view of naked women. But it was a little sketchy.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we could see from this photo you're having a pretty good time, and I am just terrified. I'm just clinging to you.
But we ended on your favorite part, on our last slide.
Yes.
Last slide, right here.
This is me holding the 10-pound brick of chocolate I found in Amsterdam. You don't know Amsterdam, you wouldn't think they're known for their chocolates, but they are.
Yeah. And you just smashed it down on that turkey.
I did.
That Netherlandian turkey that was running through the streets, a big tradition.
Yep.
You smash the chocolate in the turkey, and then they take the turkey, put it in an oven, and cook it for you.
Yeah, and so that's actually how we ended up having dinner that night.
Yeah.
We, the locals, they had the once I had smashed the turkey, we had a very nice,
very delicious,
wonderful dinner.
Amsterdam, wonderful people.
Wonderful
birds,
people.
Stay away from them, but otherwise, yes.
All right.
Excellent work.
Thank
Great
you.
support from the other team. So now, as many of you know from seeing Theater Sports, it's my job now to judge this. And the judging happens. We have a scale of 1 to 5, and 1 being, people showed up, nobody got hurt. 5 being, oh my God, it's amazing. So I'm going to give this one a 3. I haven't heard anything from the chat room, but I'm going to give it a 3. So I'm going to turn the challenge over to Ron and Michelle. And your suggestion, by the way, is which I thought was funny. you are in the middle of nowhere in the mountains.
Okay. Well, why don't we? I just thought of this. Should we do a scene in rhyme?
Yes.
We're gonna act out a scene, but it will have rhyming in different capacities. It might just have some poetry as well. So we're in
The
lost
middle of nowhere,
Middle of
in the
nowhere.
mountains.
in the mountains. All right.
Got it. Hence our background.
I'm almost there. If you dare to care, I've brought provisions for you to listen to me and eat. Here I come.
Come up here, you disembodied voice. Whatever you want, here, have your choice. I have many things here in nowhere. Come on up and see if you care.
I've made it this high from down below. I was a very small fellow. For your perspective, to see me there, and now I'm up next to you again, if you care. I brought my knapsack full of food. I hope you think that I'm a good hiking dude.
Well, provisions I haven't seen for a while. Oh, look, this is making me smile. I've been quarantined here in this shack, up in this mountain where the background is black. I haven't seen eggs or milk or flour for several days, and on top of that, hours.
Look, why don't you worry? Down in the city, we have all of these things. We have diamonds and pearls and little gold rings.
Little gold rings, I love those things. Tell me, will you take me with you away from this mountain, away from this nephew? He's been really getting on my hog, and I would like to go get a log and roll down and say goodbye to my nephew. Go down with you.
Yes. Well, one question I'll ask before I bring you something that I have a thing you should know. If you're quarantined, I'm guessing it means you're sick, or is there some other reason, a magic trick?
Well, I've been on this mountain for oh so long, and people who come, they don't stay long because they start to gag and gasp and choke, and then it seems that their body is broke. I know not why, but everyone does it. I do not know. Do you have a ducat?
Why, yes, my ducats you take, and you will make me a fool. What, you'll send me back down this hill like you're dribbling drool. I think what you do is quite rude. You convince people to bring you bags from Whole Food. Well, that makes these people disappear for good. And I now realize that up here, I never should.
But now you've already brought your bag, and now I will keep it. I'm an awful hag.
Oh, what a...
Taken your stuff. And now I think I've had enough. Goodbye with you. Good luck, good health. I hope you start to get more wealth. Maybe you'll bring me back more food, but maybe you won't.
I think perhaps this was a bad decision to bring this old hag these foods, these provisions, and I will leave and never come back. And I hope that someday you fall on your back.
And that is the story of the woman in the woods, in the mountain. In nowhere.
Okay, so there we are. Thanks to those of you, bring it on, who were booing my 3 score for last scene.
Thank you, audience.
Did they want a 2?
No, well, we're gonna get there, but before I do, I'm gonna put out a question just so we can get some response from the chat room, hopefully, of suggestions, and that is a thing you're really missing right now. So it could be comfort food, it could be a place, it could be people, but something you're missing while you are where you are. And keep the booze coming, because I'm going to give Ron and Michelle a 2 on that one.
Oh, hey, what?
Whoa! That is not the first time I've heard you say, keep the booze coming.
So we'll do that. But the challenge is going to go right back to you guys.
Oh, my goodness.
And let's take a let's do monorail rides. Is your suggestion from something
Monorail
that people
ride.
miss?
Great. Well,
So, Ron and Michelle, whatever you want to
Okay.
do around.
We do have a
monorail
little
rides.
list.
That's a great. You know that monorail is such an old friend, that old chestnut.
Let's just do a tag team monologue about the monorail.
About the monorail. Here we go.
Monorail
We're gonna
monologue.
tell you some kind of a story about the monorail.
I usually don't trust public transportation, but I just thought this one time I'm going to do it. I'm going to, monorail doesn't go very far. It's just like a couple of city blocks.
And there's no way that I can fall off it. You see, I'm really frightened of falling off of public transportation into a gutter, into the street. I might get run over. So I always walk.
But I thought, you know what? Monorail, that is something I could fall very far from. And so that is the one place that I'm going to start. I'm starting high above the ground.
So I walked up to the cashier and bought my token, and I got in the doors and they closed, and I sat down, and who should I see when I looked right next to me?
But Parnilla Parsnip. Yes, she was my neighbor for the longest time. That's why I moved out of the neighborhood. And who is sitting right next to me but Parnilla? And I'm just
so mad about it because we used to feud over our
property line and the pets and the poop and all of the pee things. And I thought, oh, I can't even, I got so mad.
that I sold the house and I moved away, and I thought I'm never going to see Parnilla Parsnip again.
And here I am in my big moment where I'm all freaked out anyway. And here she is just sitting right next to me on the monorail.
And she's holding on to the property line. Yes, the actual line between our two homes. When we
moved, she actually took it with her. She dug it up out of the ground, and look, now she still takes it. I'm like, hey, Parnilla, how's it going? And you know what she said? Fine.
That's what she said. Fine. And I thought, fine? Are you kidding me? We have unfinished business between the two of us. And in fact, I'm glad you brought that line right here today on this monorail where I'm trying to overcome my fear of falling off of the public transport.
Oh, she said you're scared of monorails? Oh, I didn't know that. And she's got the property line right in front of her, and she's all kind of
waving it like this. But then she got too close to the window that was
kind of partially open, and she was just like, whoa.
whoa. And then she
kind of started leaning out of it, and I was just like, oh
yeah, this should teach you, and yet that seems rude and bad. So I don't know, what should I do? Should I save her, or should I let her fall to her demise?
Oh, well, I don't know. But here she is. She's kind of teetering and tottering. She's right here, right next to the window, and I'm kind of
grabbing the property line, and I get it a little farther out from her grasp, and pretty soon I've got the whole property line to myself.
And she's like, whoa. And I'm like, hey, look at me, look.
I've got the property line. Now I'll save you, but you are going to have to agree that you were wrong in all of our disputes, and I get to
keep the property line and my dignity. And Parnilla's like, whoa.
Oh, please, I'll do anything in this state. I'm desperate. And so she agreed, and I pulled her up with the property line, and there we were. The monorail had long since ended. We were talking for 10 minutes, and
guy said, hey, you ladies, you have to get out, or you have to pay for another ride. And so we were like, got out, and I realized I totally got over my fear of monorails. And I had Parnilla to thank. And I had the property line.
Great, cool. All right,
That's a
I'm gonna give that a 3.
Okay.
So
Better.
Yeah,
yeah,
middle
it's
of the road.
better, but
Still boo worthy.
yeah, it's still early. Anyone's game. Tony and Janine, your suggestion for this round is a barber shop.
Okay. Can we maybe do an arms debate about haircuts in
Yeah.
times of COVID?
Yeah. So we'll do each other's arms.
Yeah, we'll do each other's arms, and we'll debate
Like is it
Yeah.
good to let your hair grow out?
yeah, like
We'll figure it out.
whether to home cut or yeah.
Yeah. So I'll provide your arms, you'll provide my
Great.
arms. Great.
Look, okay, I have a very strict regimen that I do with my hair, and it simply cannot be replicated. And so like the idea that I could replicate it at home is just preposterous. So I'm waiting. I'm feeling that I've been waiting, and I'm gonna wait some more, and even more after that, and hopefully not too long after that, because my hairdresser is worth it. And when I do go in after the waiting, it's gonna be amazing.
Whoa! Frankly, I'm about to cut my hair off right now. Look at it. I look like Leonardo from the Thundercats. It's driving me crazy. It's hot and miserable. And people will look at me oddly in meetings at work. My beard has gotten too long, but the beard is the whole reason I feel angst about it. I need the hair gone, but every time I cut my beard off, I cut off one side and it's a little too short, and then the other side, and by the time I'm done, I have no beard. What if I end up with no hair? But I'm gonna do it.
I'm thinking about a trim. Like, I wouldn't home color. That's terrible. But I want to show you how long my hair is, okay? It's so long, I can't get my hair tie out, okay? This business is just, I mean, this is like, I haven't had hair this long since 3rd grade, okay? So there's only so much, you know, I mean, look at this. I could like, it's just curtains. It's absolutely curtains at this point. And I want to say curtains to my hair.
Well, now that you put it that way, I like your long hair. I'm the one who should get my hair cut. You should keep yours, right? I mean, sure, long hair, maybe it gets in the way, maybe it gets caught in things, maybe every once in a while I have to rescue you from the vacuum cleaner, but it looks nice. Me though, I mean, people expect men to either have short hair or smoke a lot of pot, and pot doesn't do much for me, so I gotta, make it work. And besides, pretty soon I'm gonna have a man bun, and no one wants a man bun.
So I think we can come together on this, and that's with me trimming but not coloring my hair, and using the excess to make you a wig.
Yes, a wig to cover up my long hair with shorter hair. Perfect. Thanks, honey. I'm glad we can work things out through all this.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Getting a little insight into Tony
every day.
That's great. I'm going to give you guys a 3 as well. So right now, Tony and Janine have a 1-point lead over Ron and Michelle.
Oh.
Right.
6-5. We're going to keep going on. And what I would like to do is ask those who are participating in the chat room, let's get, how about some genres that we might want to see? And or how about something from your childhood that you wish you could touch again or have again? And we'll do some scenes based on that. But in the meantime, let me talk about some other things that are going on. So we have duos happening on Wednesdays. We're doing Improv Anonymous on Thursdays. We have shows like this happening in the happy hour slot, 7 o'clock on Fridays. Tomorrow we have WIUP, again, a radio mystery hour directed by Greg Stackhouse, and it's got a great cast. And we're gonna be doing that every other week in May. And tomorrow at 1 p.m., by the way, if you're interested, I will be talking about narrative structure and answering questions and just talking about that. And we also have classes that are starting online, and we're just trying to keep plugging along. And hopefully before too long, we'll be able to be back in the Market Theater all together again. So that's what we're looking forward to. So let's go back to Tony and Janine. And you guys are going to do a 90s teen movie as your suggestion for your next scene.
A 90s teen movie.
90s teen movie.
All right.
All right.
Shall we just do it?
We're just doing.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna pick the. Yep, it's gonna be a grocery store. Hey, Stacy.
Oh, hey, Rick.
Can I help you find anything?
Sure. Gee, thanks for helping me do my homework. That was really nice of you, and
Sure, it's nice of you
probably
to.
gonna get into a good college because of you. So you're a swell friend.
Well, thanks for giving me a ride to where I work afterwards.
Yeah.
Say, this is kind of embarrassing, but I don't know how to ask this. Do you ever think that maybe a nerd like me and a popular cheerleader like you could, have a go of it?
Well, Rick, you see, I may look like a popular cheerleader, but deep down, I'm into counterculture things. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
I know your mom died when you were young, and your
Yeah.
dad's kind of a likable alcoholic.
Yeah, and there's things about me nobody knows, like the fact I have a Commodore and I like to do
Really?
little programming. Sure.
You've got a Commodore 64?
I do.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the stuff I can tell other people, though.
I've got one too. My friends and I actually hacked into the government and built some things.
Rick, that's awesome.
Yeah, we just broke through security. It was a big 3D model and it was very complicated, but
Sweet.
yeah, we
Wow.
got in quite a mess.
Anyway, I'm just saying, like, everybody just has this idea of me, and it's just not, that's not
Yeah.
what I really am.
Ma'am,
You know?
put the fruit down. Really?
Yeah,
I guess maybe I misunderstood you based on your click.
yeah. I mean, I can't leave my clique,
And
but
tomorrow I'll just be another nerd.
yeah, but we could still be secret friends.
All right. Thanks. Olives,
Yeah.
they're on sale.
Okay.
Bye, Stacy. Oh, man.
Bring back the 90s.
All right. Wow. Yeah. Where'd the 90s go? That was excellent. And great underscoring, Reese. I'm going to give that a 4.
Ooh.
So you guys move up to 10. And let's get Ronna Michelle. Your style is, there's lots of stuff that people miss. Do what you can, doesn't have to be necessarily act out in the style, but something around kung fu movies.
Okay, thank you. It's not the 90s anymore, is it?
All right.
Hey, actually, we want to involve the help, since this is probably going to be a physical scene. We need Tony and Janine's assistance. We'd like to play a game called He Said, She Said, in which Michelle and I will provide the dialogue, and then Tony and Janine will tell us what physically we are doing with each line of dialogue. And just to keep it clear, maybe we'll keep Tony, you'll do my actions, and Janine will do Michelle's actions. So Kung Fu movie.
And one question. Are you going to have to do the actions, or are we going to sort of narrate the action that we can't see on webcam?
We'll find out. But yeah, tell us what to do, and we'll do the best we can.
All right. Excellent.
All right. Kung Fu. That's all. That's what we got, right?
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
Yes.
All right. You have come here seeking wisdom, I am sure.
He said, unwrapping the scarf from his head and standing up in the moonlight in the middle of the temple.
You know why I am here, but I've never met you.
She said, trying to catch his eye.
That's right, we've never met, and yet I know who you are. You're from the outer province of Ji.
He said, picking up a small urn and breaking it open. and letting the clouds of dust form into an image of her city.
You know so much about me already.
She said, putting her hands up to dispel the dust and the city.
Yes, I do. I know that you try to eliminate your past. You seek the quick and easy path instead of seeking deep inside.
He said, leaping up into the rafters of the temple, daring her to chase him across the rooftops of the mountain temple.
I want to chase you across the rooftops of the mountain temple.
She said, grabbing onto the nearest beam to pull herself up to his level.
You are a strong-willed one, I can see.
He said, crouching on a small-toed gargoyle, looking down at it and up at her, and then leaping into the clouds. But falling to the ground instead.
I'm a quick learner. Many underestimate me.
She said, deftly leaping and landing on the ground on her feet, just steps from him.
Ouch! I thought that I could do a better landing. Ow!
He said, flipping backwards and landing on his feet from a prone position.
You must save my village.
She said, making herself lower to him and pleading.
This I will do for you, and I will do it immediately.
He said, turning into an eagle and putting her upon his back and flying miles and miles as the camera speeds by to her village.
Look,
Turning back into an old man.
Uh-oh, I'm an old man. Oh!
look, here is the creature that has besieged all of us.
She said, drawing her sword.
That creature is you. Do you not see it? It is you that you must slay.
He said, blurring for a moment as he stared into the mirror.
Do it. Slay yourself, and you'll be free.
Well, then I shall if it will save my village.
She said, quickly running him through with her sword.
Ah!
He shouted, shattering into a million glass-like pieces.
Villagers, we are safe. We are victorious.
She said, turning towards her adoring public, waving her sword in the air.
Okay. All right.
Wait, no, we're gonna do Kung Fu scene.
No, right. No, it bordered on. But you know what? It was really entertaining. So I'm going to actually give that a 5. So it's tied at this point.
Oh my goodness. What?
We use people,
10
by the way,
10.
not last
So we'll see what happens. But now we're going to do something around stuff that people have missed. So Rana Michelle, you will go first in this round, whatever game or scene you want to choose to do.
Yeah.
And you'll be supported by Reese on music to the suggestion of Slinky.
Okay, well, yeah, we would love to use Reese. Thank you. Let's give everybody give a big hand to Reese.
Yay!
And so I don't know, now we're into tech world, but I don't know if you can turn up or what, but we're gonna do our best to sing along with Reese, knowing full well that there's some internet latency issues and some audio issues, but we'll do our best.
Yes.
And we'll sing along with Reese's music and it's going to be a song about what was it again?
Slinky.
Oh, the
but not
Slinky.
the Slinky song. It's a totally different song inspired by Slinky.
About Slinky. So any style you want, Reese, or any sound, here we go. We'll follow you. Slinky song. It's a swirly, swirly kind of screw.
Goes downstairs to follow you.
It's creepy and metallic, and it makes a kind of sound.
It goes everywhere, then it spins all round and round.
And Grandpa slipped on the Slinky. Grandpa slipped on the Slinky. I said, Grandpa slipped on the Slinky. Broke his neck. Well, Christmas time comes, but once a year.
Everyone gathers round the tree, there's full of cheer.
There's all kinds of gifts. Some are cool and some are useful.
Some are slinkies, they are so youthful.
Put them with the pet rocks. Put them with the outdated things.
Put some eyes on your slinky.
Just make sure if you've got elderly people near the stairs.
Follow them down.
Or else Grandpa will fall on the Slinky. Grandpa fall on the Slinky. Because Grandpa falls on the Slinky. Let's go down. There's he.
I feel like we should clarify we all love our families,
Yeah.
despite the fact we keep calling them off tonight.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like it. So,
Thank you, Reese. Hey, another hand for Reese.
yes, and a hand for Reese. Give Reese a 5. I'm going to give Ron and Michelle 4, so that's 14. And let's see, Tony and Janine, challenge goes to you. And let's do the playground monkey bars. So the monkey bars on the playground.
How about we have an idea. I think this will work. Ron, Michelle, we're gonna need to see you.
Okay. Here we go.
no.
Oh no, we were just. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's what it is. We can sort of see your top halves. So you're gonna silently give us gestures and facial expressions. We're gonna have to justify those in our scene by using them. Right. So
Like,
Period. We'll be neutral, but then
During
every
the
now and
scene?
then we'll do stuff, right?
yeah, or
you get one take.
yeah, I think just we'll take everything you can. We might switch off what we're taking, but we're gonna take as many things from you guys as you're doing as we
So
can.
we'll just keep switching up and morphing, and you guys
Yeah.
will influence your
And are
characters.
we gonna take either of their, or did you want to take like Ron's and I'll take Michelle's?
Well, we'll take their cue, and
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take
yeah.
Ron, and you'll take
Okay,
Michelle.
great.
We'll make the we'll give you a blank space, and then we'll come on and off and give you
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
whenever.
Okay,
we
great.
can.
That'd be great. We'll be able
Okay,
to see you that way.
awesome. Okay,
Great.
cool. So playground monkey bars.
It's so big.
No, honey, please be careful, okay? Your mom is gonna kill me if you get hurt.
I don't know that I'm supposed to be here. I feel like you're not following mom's instructions on parenting. I've been kind of meaning to talk to you about it for a while.
Well, she has a lot of rules, honey.
Listen, I didn't want to bring this up before now, but I know you've got a review coming up pretty soon.
Look. I get anxious, okay? And I want to be the fun dad, okay? I'm here. I brought you to the playground. We were having fun.
Okay.
And yeah, I've got a review, and I might be avoiding it, and I might be taking things out and living my life vicariously through you. But either way, just be careful, but have fun. Just not too much fun.
Okay. Well, if it makes you feel better, I could climb the monkey bars if it's important to you. Okay.
All right. Oh.
Oh God, this is so tiring.
Honey, it's me, your mother. I'm here. Be so careful. I love you. You have two loving parents. Neither of us died in a car accident years ago and have been pretending to be two parents.
Okay.
Okay, just keep going. But do what your dad said and try to be careful, okay?
Okay.
Honey,
What?
you're almost there. You're almost at the
I
end,
am?
okay? Just go, okay? I believe in you. I believe you can fly.
I don't know if I want to do it.
You're okay. I'll catch you if you need.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ah! 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 Honey! Oh, I better get out of here.
We were so good at that. weren't we?
Okay.
We're on the video.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm going to give
That's
that
kind
a
of improv.
3.
Yeah.
So at the end of this round of challenges, Ron and Michelle have a 1-point lead, 14,
What?
13.
It's an upset.
Yeah,
Yes.
it could happen. Okay. So we have time for a couple more.
You know that Vegas has nothing to bet on these days, and that they're already placing wagers on this.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Oh man.
Right.
Oh, I'm yelling.
And yeah, I'm betting a pinky finger on this match. So so that's what I do. What I'd love to get from the chat room, and while we wait, I'll give you guys another a scene to do. But from the chat room, what I'd love to get is people's input on how about some thing that you it's like a comfort food. It's a comfort thing. Might be a blanket, might be some sort of food, might be something like that. We'll do that for the last round. But before the last round, I'd love to give both teams a chance to play with each other. And what I want you guys to do is scene tag. So what'll happen is, let's start with Tony and Janine. You'll begin a scene at some point. Ron and Michelle will clap or interrupt, and they will begin with whatever the last line that they got from your scene to begin their scene, and vice versa for a
Do
little
we
bit.
stop
So
videos and things? Is it that too much to do stop? No.
The what?
I think
Let's just
we'll just stay on
keep
the
them
screen.
running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Well, yeah, everyone stay on. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
What was the suggestion?
Hmm.
I don't know if we had one.
Oh, and your suggestion is, let's do, let's do Spud.
I learned to do it in the Army. I was put in the kitchen because I wasn't good at fighting, and they taught me just chop them up, put them in the water, cook them. That's all. What you're asking me to do is a lot. It's very complicated.
What you're asking me to do is a lot. It's very complicated. I have not washed clothing before, and now we're living together, and I'm so worried I'm gonna ruin something, or like, this is a nice sweater.
Yes, it's a military issued sweater.
Yeah. I guess I can read the tag, and
If we're going to win this war, you're going to need to wash all the clothes from all the recruits, even from Spudley McSpud.
please. Okay.
He's one of the dirtiest, most filthy recruits in this army.
I can smell his duffel bag from here. I guess I'll get started.
Look, we do a hash brown here, okay, buddy?
Oh, okay. You just hash and cook, right?
Yeah, that's what this is. This is a grater, okay? We're gonna slide a potato over the grater because we have people out there, they want to see that hash brown.
Oh, a grater.
Now, I hired you because of your experience with potatoes.
I
okay?
may have inflated my potato experience. I've only cut. I've never grated.
Oh, okay. Well,
How hard could it be? You right? I don't think I could mess this up if I tried, right?
hope
I don't
not.
think I could mess this up if I tried, right? I mean, it's in there. I put in extra soap. The clothes were really stinky, and I'm sure they're gonna be fine.
Well, let's take a look. Let's pull them out.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, they're
it's as stiff as a board.
And-
Why, it's frozen like ice.
and it's tiny.
It's tiny, but it's a wound.
Yeah. Okay. You know
need a
what we're gonna do.
Band-Aid.
Yep. I'm wrapping it up right now.
You didn't say it was sharp.
I
I
thought it was implied. I'm really sorry.
This is why I worked in the
shoulda-
kitchen in
Yeah,
the
I know.
army.
I should have never put you in that situation as your supervisor. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm still gonna need you to finish your shift.
You mean with all the
Hey, I'm still gonna need you to finish your shift. And
I'm just gonna ruin all the clothes. I've never done it right. I put them in and they shrink or they get hard or like something happens, but they come out and they're not clothing anymore.
you receive a dishonorable discharge.
You're going to receive a dishonorable discharge. I gotta release you from the kitchen.
what?
Yeah. It's
Again?
I'm sorry. I really thought this was gonna work out. I had hoped it would, but you know.
One day the kitchen and restaurant industry will suffer something. I curse you all.
We'll mail your check.
Okay, now I know halfway through that we're doing two different scenes. I thought we were doing the same scene at first. Okay, now I get it.
All right. So,
That's
all right,
for all
we're
of
going
you
into
folks
our,
at home, that's behind the scenes, the
All right.
improv curtain.
I know. So we're going into our last round of challenges, or scenes, I guess. And I'm going to combine several of these to run a Michelle, which is nachos, tortilla and chips, and Taco Bell, quote, what could possibly go wrong? So a food oriented.
Are those all from the same person or is everyone?
No, they're different people, but
Wow.
but in a theme, I think. So
Tacos. And what's the challenge or just whatever we want?
just whatever you like to do.
Tacos and the like. Okay, well, my love, what would you like to do? Hey, you know what? We want to throw out a challenge. We'd like to do, we want to challenge team to team. So we want Tony and Janine challenge us to a scene.
What?
And then we will challenge them to their final scene of the night. Huh? How about that?
Awesome.
Where's the stakes?
That sounds great.
Oh.
All
Speak up
right.
for us.
Well, we challenge you to do this in a genre.
Hey,
Awesome.
do we have any other
All
genres, Randy, or do you guys want to give us one, Tony and Janine?
Let's see.
Shakespeare. How about Shakespeare? No, we kind of did rhyming earlier, didn't we? Do rhyming.
How about a Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Okay,
Taco
about
Bell.
tacos.
Nachos, what could go wrong?
Hanna-Barbera
I
cartoon.
love it. I love it.
Hey, you want a taco?
Hey Sam, you got some tacos?
I got some tacos for sure, but
We
we're gonna have to head on over to the Hoobie Doobie camp for the Scooby Scoobies.
we need some Scoobies for our tacos, right, Sam?
We need them. Let's go get them. Oh, hey. Oh, yes.
They got some Taco Bell right there.
Oh,
We can add it onto our nachos.
doing. Let's run in place. Hey, we're there. Oh,
Uh-oh, he just saw you take it.
uh-oh.
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna serve time in prison.
But it was worth it.
Next up, Danger Boy.
Thank you. That was exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
exactly. So, all right, Tony and Janine,
I'm out of breath.
your suggestion, and I know you're going to get a challenge from Ron and Michelle, but the suggestion is something someone misses is a hug.
Okay.
Something someone misses is a hug. That's sweet. Would you guys do this as an ABC game?
Like the alphabet, like every line starts
Game?
with the
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Is that fit? Or whatever you were going to
whatever
end
you
with.
want. If you had
No,
something
that's great.
better. Okay.
That'll work.
We'll
We'll
do
do that. It was a hug.
A hug is what someone misses.
Whew. Heavy stuff.
Alice,
Bob.
can I tell you your job performance has been fantastic.
Don't stop.
Everybody's been saying Alice is the best person in this office. She's nice, she's kind.
For sure. She's the best. I love working with her.
Frankly, Alice, I didn't know you saw yourself that way.
Gee. Well, I don't really think about it that much.
Hell, I wish I had a million of you in every district office, just inspiring people, bringing attention, bringing joy.
I appreciate that, Bob.
Just one thing, though.
Okay.
Knowledge. Let me make it as clear as I can to you. The affection is good. Sometimes the physical contact is a little much.
Much?
No, not much.
Oh.
Wrong. Wrong is the word I was looking for. Precisely.
Question. Is it something I can maybe train on?
Really, it's more of a just not hugging or touching or giving noogies to your coworkers. This is a law office.
Seriously?
Truly, I was a little surprised by some of the feedback, but apparently there's this new thing called boundaries. And generally it's my gender that has to learn about them, but well, apparently you do too.
Unreal. I didn't know.
Very understandable. Just maybe one hug a week.
Week?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. I'll do it. No. I need to save it.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bravo. Oh,
All right.
Woo,
So I'm
no horn.
Tally
you
up.
really a hard one at the end. You did it. Amazing. Bravo.
I'm going to tally up the final scores. But while I do that, I'd love a scene that involves both couples and Reese, which the last thing we got here in terms of a genre was film noir. So I'd love both teams to play together film noir with Reese. And your suggestion, the title of the story is Being Read To.
Okay.
Being read to.
And so can I ask, so for you guys, Jeannie and Tony, can we pretend that all four of us are in the same location, or are we not pretend? Yeah, so we'll all be, we're not going to be in different, we'll be in the same location.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Being read to. Being read to. Got it.
Being read to in the style of film noir.
And furthermore, the two parties shall split their assets 50-50. It seems straightforward, but he's got a new wife.
Sure. Well, you know, he had one of those Vegas divorces, you know. The only way you can do it in New York City is, you know, go to Vegas, get residency, file for a divorce, and then while you're there, get married. It's 1946 after all.
Sure, but your name's in all of this.
I know.
How'd you get mixed up in it?
Well, I was young once and foolish, and maybe I signed a few documents I shouldn't have signed.
Well,
I was loose with the pen is what I'm saying, all right? I was different back then. I was loose with that pen.
look, I'll do what I can, all right, to help you out of this. But you got to know something. They're here. They're in the other. Well, legally, they have a right. It says it right here. The couple shall have a right to attend any meeting in which this document is discussed in the future. They knew I was going to read it. Come on in.
We've been waiting right outside the door, but we're here now.
Wow, she's gorgeous.
Oh. You must be Charlotte.
I'm Charlotte. Nice to meet your acquaintance.
Yo, and yeah, I'm Krakow.
Yes, Krakow. We were just reviewing some of the documents and inheritance and some of the details here. My client expected to get a little bit more.
Yeah, she's not gonna get a penny more out of me. You understand that?
Hey, I didn't mean to cause any trouble, okay?
Listen,
I'm just a mediator.
I'm not making trouble. I just want what's mine. What's my due?
Well, Krakow, I thought we're married now. I thought I'm the gal in your life.
Yeah, this is my dame now. Understand that?
Krakow,
You can't just
all those
roll 3 years down the drain, Krakow.
Wait, 3 years? It was 3 years?
Sure.
Well, it says clearly right here that any relationship lasting more than 2 years would result in a basically effective marriage, resulting in both parties receiving an equal amount of the inheritance. That means you're due.
I'm gonna backslap hand this guy.
I'm just a mediator.
Krakow, no. Listen, you've always had a hot temper. Charlotte, you'll just have to learn to hold him back. This poor notary didn't do anything to you but read. Read, you see, read.
Notary. This know-it-all notary thinks he can come in here and tells me what I think or know or do. Why?
Yeah,
it's a good thing I don't make you taste a little taste of my steel.
Yeah, I got it. Who's got it now?
Whoa, you've turned the tables.
Oh, Krakow, whoa.
Look,
I'm a coward at heart. I'm a coward.
Jeez, Krakow, you got your guts.
He always would do the same thing. Anytime there was any sort of trouble, he would just absolutely make himself scarce. And I'm just saying, I don't mean to pry, but I think you can do better.
Krakow, I've never seen you like this.
Why, I'm scared now. Now you see what a mouse I am inside.
Look at him, he's falling apart.
Krakow, listen. I think we ought to just all sit down and finish reading the inheritance paperwork, and we can all just do what it says, and then after that, we don't have to see each other anymore, and you can go your way and I'll go my way, and I might hire you for other legal things if I have you a notary of record.
You know, according to this
I'm gonna make a move for the gun. I'm gonna make a move for the gun. Oh no!
I'm just a mediator. I didn't mean.
You're no mediator.
I can't even hear. I'm so upset. Look, it says in the document, Miss Charlotte, that in the case of Krakow dying, that his new wife would split it with the old one.
Okay.
Well, Krakow, it's been real nice. I was looking forward to all of our anniversaries and all of our time together, but I guess it's just you and me now.
Sure.
Big house for two of us. We can have separate exits and entrances.
Sure. That sounds real hospitable of you.
Being a mediator is normally a thing of ending things, but every once in a while, you get to watch a new relationship form, a new light in the whole hallway of darkness in the life of a marriage mediator.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, that's on Turner Classics tomorrow night at
I think so.
10:30 p.m.
That's right.
I'm watching it all month. So I tallied up while we were doing the film noir, the final score. And I gave Tony and Janine 4 for their scene. So they ended up with a total score of 17.
Oh.
We'll take it.
So there we go. And Ron and Michelle, I also gave you 4. So you ended up with a total score of 18.
Oh!
18 winners.
Ah, you
Right.
can smell
So
it.
Tony and Janine are going to be forced to live in the internet forever.
We have to self-quarantine indefinitely.
Yeah.
You are
Trapped in
down,
this-
Tony and Janine. You are down. We proved it.
Trapped in the Red Lodge.
Yeah.
The Black Lodge.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And how about a hand for Reese on?
Yay.
And we're going to stick around for like 5 minutes afterwards, just debrief and talk about the show. But yeah, Ron and Michelle, winners.
Well played.
There we go.
Quarantine all month.
Yeah, we'll be doing some more, I'm sure, theater sports coming up. But for now, that's our show. So I'll end it now. But here's the after show in terms of what worked, what didn't work. What'd you find exciting? What not so exciting?
I love stage pictures. Like as we get away from the heads and boxes, like when one team provides the stage picture, having support from the other team, maybe just because it's about connection, which is one of the biggest things I miss.
Yeah.
So
You know, I think as we get more comfortable, just simply with once the technology gets ironed out and we can know how to turn it on and off and it actually works, then we can focus on just having fun and being playful and doing improv stuff and not worrying about the stuff that at least I'm not good at, which is making it all work.
Right.
And I thought tonight felt more like, you know, we were focusing less on the tech and more on the fun.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm already really looking forward to just all this space. I mean, we have pretty low ceilings down here in our basement, but within this box, we're in a basement. We're in our own basement, so that's fun. But we're in a tiny box, you know. And so when Ron and I, especially doing the he said, she said, and like jumping, it's like, okay, don't hit your head on the ceiling and stuff.
Oh,
I was impressed. I was like looking around, I'm like, I don't think we could have done some of that.
yeah.
So
But I'm looking forward to just like the depth and actually feeling like I've gotten a workout after a show, because you can run across the stage and we can kind of run 3 steps here or there. So
Yeah. I feel like my playing of animals has decreased by like 75% because of the space issue.
You know, I'll say actually when we first, a long time ago, we did theater sports in the Intimon Theater, and that had a gigantic stage. And then we moved to the Market Theater, which we're still at. And when we moved there, I thought to myself, how in the world can we perform on this tiny stage at the Market Theater? How can it contain all of this amazing, and yet if we did, and this is the same thing, it's like, oh my gosh, how can we possibly do it in this box? And it's all about the ideas anyway. And so.
Right. Cool. How about for you, Reese? Is this the first show you've done? And what were your challenges?
Oh, I think you're muted.
Are you ready?
volume is one of them for all of our music.
Right.
You need to find your voice.
Better.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
better.
This is the first show I did over. Well, it's the first improv show I've done over.
Right.
Oh. Oh, we lost audio
It was
again.
great.
Yeah, thank you.
But it was fantastic having the music make
Is
such a
your
difference.
Reese? Can I ask you, Reese? Is your microphone a late '50s Soviet era satellite?
That's what it is.
The Yeti Blue Ball, I think.
Yeah.
Or snowball. Or yeah, blue ball.
Snowball.
Blue ball.
Blue Ball is something else, I'll tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I mean the incorporation of all that outside tech, like sound and music has been something I think that really expands here, online. Because I definitely notice the difference when we have it and we don't have it. So
Yeah, it's music's such like a constant offer in scenes, so it's nice to have it, and I miss it when it's gone.
Yeah, same here.
Well, here's another dumb old story, and that's that we used to not have musicians, and then the first time we had musicians, I thought, oh my God, that's going to be so disruptive. I'm talking back a long time ago. Randy knows.
right. So
But it's so amazing how important, in every, theater, movies, TV, how important the soundtrack is to creating mood and emotion.
yeah.
Well, Ron, you've always hated music and improv. I know. So.
I hate both of those things in equal passion: music, improv.
Right. Well, and also with the technology, that idea of the latency, like what's happening and how are we, covering that gap is, I think, something we're all dealing with and wrestling with. So, but cool. All right. So thank you guys. And Ron and Michelle, again, underlining, you are the
Champions
winners.
of the world.
We are the champions, my wife and me.
We're so
And again, for UP people, we're doing a Q&A tomorrow with me about narrative structure at 1. We have 8:30, the WIUP radio mystery that's happening. So come and check those out. We have classes that are starting to come online. So some are already going on, some you can sign up for, so please do that. And again, if you want to support what we're doing and keep us in the market theater, please consider a donation. But above all, we appreciate your time and your energy as in terms of focusing on us and watching our show. So